What's up, hosers? I mean, buddies. It's Concert Buddy. Hey, I am firing off a quick video this evening in response to Rob over at Northern Revolutions up north in Canada, hence the hosers reference. He is sponsoring a contest for his channel, and I'm dutifully and happily, responsibly, and anything ibly entering the contest. So coming up after the break, I'm going to walk through those entry requirements and tell you a little bit more about some records. Cue the lever. I'll see you in a second. All right, buddies, we're back. So, Rob, Northern Revolutions. I actually started subscribing to your channel right after the first of the year when I really gave my channel a big push, got it off the ground, and I was kind of interested in finding out other vinyl community channels. So I don't even remember how I stumbled on your channel. I think it was the magical YouTube algorithm that pointed me in your direction. Plus, you know, wearing a lot of your Blue Jay stuff really stuck out to me, namely because my team, hometown team, the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals, we've had a penchant for signing left-handed pitchers that were played for the Blue Jays and were pretty decent for the Blue Jays, like Brett Cecil, and I think Steven Matz is the latest of that ilk. And then they come to our team and they're complete trash. So nothing against the Blue Jays. I remember Joe Carter, Roberto Alomar in the early 90s very well, Cito Gaston, the manager. But anyway, it's always stuck out in your channel. And you like Grace Potter. Grace Potter is one of my buddies. From a music sense, I have met her. She's really super cool. But anyway, happy to enter this contest. Congratulations on growing your channel. That's what we're all trying to do. That brings me to the first requirement of your contest, which was to shout out a channel with a lower subscriber count than you have. Well, not so easy for me because, like I said, just started January 1st, 2nd, I forget exactly the date. So my channel is still in its formative infancy. I think I'm up, as of this filming, 83 subs, and I thank all of the subs up to this point and in the future. I really do appreciate those folks watching. So it makes it kind of hard because a lot of the channels I watched pre-starting this channel, like on my personal YouTube account, way, like they're running the marathon and I haven't even started the race, right? So there's one channel that coincidentally has the exact same sub count, 83, as of this filming, as I do, and that is Vinyl Reckoning, a channel, again, after the first of the year, I really took a deep dive on some other channels I wasn't really watching or had known about from an awareness perspective. And as I did this deep dive outside of my normal vinyl community orbit, Matt at Vinyl Reckoning, his channel popped up, algorithm, whatever, brought it to my attention. And the timing of it was pretty interesting because in the fall, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you know that I went to the Austin Record Convention in October. Probably going to go again coming up in this October. More on that later. But really enjoyed Matt's logo. That kind of stuck out at first. Very polished from a production perspective. And he is actually from that kind of Austin, Texas area. So I think they're doing something really cool on their channel. And I say there because it's Matt, and I believe it's his partner, Stacy, who, at least a lot of the videos I've seen, it seems to be the two of them. I know Matt has done some solo videos as well. But they're doing actually a really cool series of videos right now about going to different Austin record stores. I guess there's, I don't know who put it out. There's, like, I guess like a pirate map or some kind of map of different stores to hit in the area, which I thought was cool. From my time down there at the convention, I hit some of the, whatever Yelp says, End of an Ear was one I already knew about going in. Piranha Records, found on Yelp, a couple other ones there. But on Matt's channel, Vinyl Reckoning, they're going through and hitting these and talking about their experiences and kind of giving a little profile, a little rub to the stores, which is really cool. I really enjoy that kind of content. That's the stuff that really fires me up. It's the stuff I want to start doing. I wish I had started this channel a long time ago from all the stores I've visited in the past, but future forward, I'm going to try to start doing a little bit of that as I resume traveling now. So, first requirement, shouting out a channel. Again, no channels less than my sub count, but me and Matt, boom, boom, 83, we're tied. So Rob, no pressure. If you want to sub to either of our channels, feel free. But I'm doing the video first, so let's just keep that in mind, pal. Wink, wink.
Drop dead. I don't do requests.
But anyway, so yeah, Matt's channel, Vinyl Reckoning, check it out. All right, so the other requirement of this contest was to pick out 3 records that had a meaning to you, brought you back to a time, or had a personal connection to you. So that's the easy part. Picking records, no problem, I can do that. So let's walk through them.
Go ahead. Hit me.
All right, come on. You gotta know what this is. Huey Lewis in the News, sports.
You like Huey Lewis in the News?
Amazing record. Hard rock and roll. I mean, there's just so many bangers. Bad as bad. I mean, you could literally play this front to back over and over. This is one of those records or one of those albums that if I'm stuck on a desert island and only get 1, 2, 3 records, this has to be there. There's so many memories. I love this record so much as a kid coming up that for 4th grade Halloween, I actually was Huey Lewis for Halloween. That was my costume. Part of that was growing up in a financially challenged household and being creative with your Halloween costume. So it was a matter of wearing a blazer and a dress shirt and slicking my hair back, right? But I mean, when I started getting into vinyl myself and as an adult, because I grew up and my mom had this record, of course. This record I would see a lot. It's a lot different now. This is now a, I don't know, $10, $15, $20 record depending on where you're shopping. But go back 10, a little over 10 years ago, this record is pretty easy to find out in the wild, Goodwill, thrift stores, etc. And I had it in my head, oh yeah, every time I see a copy, I'm picking it up, right? It's pretty cheap. Well, I got a lot of copies. But then I started to realize, they sold millions, with an M, millions of this. So the reality of me somehow obtaining every single copy was kind of a fallacy. So it's kind of a joke now. If I see them on the cheap, I'll pick them up. But this is like literally top 10 all-time records for me. And so many memories. I mean, it's such a cool record. Really cool. San Francisco's finest. This is the real San Francisco treat. Screw you, Rice-A-Roni. This is it. All right, next one.
Take it from me, Mr. T.
All right, so my second record here is Stone Temple Pilots' Core. This is the little box remaster they put out, I think, a year or two ago. Came with a record, some CDs inside, nice foil treatment. I've got 3 or 4 different copies of this. The Walmart Red Splatter that came out, I think, a year ago. The Record Store Day yellow vinyl. So this one just was probably the most recent that I've added. Well, the Walmart one, but regardless, this was the most handy one to find. But this record takes me back to high school, talking like early 90s, 93, 94. I'm a freshman, sophomore in high school, and had my STP shirt. Love this band because everyone, you're like big into Pearl Jam or Nirvana, and everybody kind of had their camps, but not a lot of people at my school. I grew up in a very rural environment, a very big high school, but we had like a lot of towns that were feeders into a lot of different towns made our high school. And in that rural environment, not a lot of folks they liked Stone Temple Pilots, but they weren't liking them as much as I was. So I had like an STP shirt and repping STP anytime I could. And then I think it was early college years, I got to see them on the tour. I think they were promoting the Number 4 album, and that was really cool. Weiland was really sounding good. It was good times. But anyway, this album just takes me right back to high school. It's still a banger. I mean, to me, one of the best bands of the 90s. It's unfortunate, Scott had his challenges, and he did stuff with Velvet Revolver, which I really enjoyed. I saw them too. Actually, I saw Velvet Revolver, side note, at their first non-California show, which is in St. Louis of all places. Seeing Slash like literally shredding right up in front of you, very close. I mean, it wasn't like front row, but pretty much. It's awesome. Weiland was in rare form, something to prove after leaving the band. And I know the guys in the band had a side project. I think Army of Anyone, they did a side project too, and then they got back together, and now Scott's gone, so now they're touring with a new singer. You guys watching this, you know this band, you know the story. But anyway, This record has a lot of meaning for me. Also a top 10er for me all time. All right, last one.
Hey, man. Did you touch my drum set?
All right. The album of all albums to a lot of music fans, the Eagles' Hotel California. This is the Mobile Fidelity release. It's put out in the 80s. Obviously, MoFi is about to put out some one-steps. That's going to probably blow this away. But for me, it's hard to think of this record getting any better than this copy. Why this record? Well, one, it's arguably one of the 3 best-sounding records I have in my collection. But the memory for me with this record is a couple years ago, COVID starts, we're on lockdown, decided as when I'm not working from home, in my non-work hours, can't go anywhere, can't do anything. Everyone can relate. I decided to finally put some effort into putting my records in our spare bedroom to make a pseudo record room. And then once I did that, then it was a matter of, okay, maybe I need to really just think about maybe not being a true audiophile, but at least upgrading my deck and my receiver and so forth. So I did that. I got, Marantz receiver, Marantz turntable, which I'm sure I'll talk about at some point on the channel. But soon thereafter, I did buck up for this record. This is over $100 record, but everything I read online was like, this is the definitive. There's also a German pressing. Apparently sounds pretty righteous, but for this record, I decided to take the leap and really put my new system to the test. And I can't even begin to articulate how, this chef's kiss. This sounds so terrific. Great sound stage. Clarity is A+. You can hear, this is the little things, little nuanced things, like the cymbals, and it's just a divine pressing. So when I heard that Mobile Fidelity was going to reissue these Eagles titles as a one-step, really excited, because I don't know how much further in terms of excellence they can push this up into the stratosphere of audiophile quality. But what an achievement. What a great sounding record. I do know, as of this filming, I did see Alex Rodriguez's store, Side Record Safari, did have a copy for like $180. But with the one step coming out probably this year, fingers crossed, I don't know if a lot of people are going to be looking for this as much until that one step comes out and people can do the shootouts, which I'm sure people in the VC will do. So anyway, great pressing, probably the definitive pressing as of this filming. Love it.
I'm really looking for somebody I can feel special about, and I don't encounter people like that very often, and I'm hoping you're one of them.
And that's it. Contest entered. Check. Rob, enjoy the channel. Keep it up, sir. Everyone else in my VC orbit, subscribers, new to the channel, whoever you are, put your eyeballs on this video. Thank you for watching. And as we say, if you get the chance, just spin it. I'll see you next time.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Well, we out of time.